We're starting Be'ez Hashem siman tes in haGuela B'al Tamura. And these two simanim, tes and yud, are going to be about a new subject. They're about davening and thanking Hashem in connection with the war. Up till now he was saying, I think the first three simanim were about the Navi Malachi, and then Gimel, Dalad, Hey, Vav, Zayin, Ches were about the claim that the Zionist wars are nisim, and he proved that any war really is not a nace, even if the weaker side wins. And now in siman tes he's going to speak about the Indian of thanking in the wake of the victory. He quoted in siman Hey about this Ramban in Pilegish Begiva, the Ramban which is written in Parshas Vayera. Shekasav al Masha Mavur she'achri kloisa melchama banu mizbeach vayalu oilas ushlamim. That after the second day of the war, when the Bnei Yisrael, the other Shvatim, were losing twice in a row to Binyamin, they brought karbanos. They brought oilas and they brought shlamim. So the Ramban explains why did they bring those karbanos. He says shehelu oilas v'chaper al hirhurei alev. The korban oila was to atone for their thoughts that they had. Asher batchu b'Yisrael, because they relied on themselves too much and they didn't rely on the Eibishter. It says that the Gemara in Shavuos says that they asked the Urim v'Tumim who should go first and should I go again, but they never asked are we going to win until the third day. And the reason was because they were boteach on their own strength and they didn't see a need to ask Hashem if they're going to win. So that was their chet. So they realized that was their chet, and they did tshuva, and they brought karbanos. V'gam hikrivu shlamim v'hem shalmei toida ki ra'u atzmam ki'ilu kulam pleiti micherev binyamin. They brought a korban shlamim, which is really a korban toida in this case, because they saw themselves as if they were all survivors from Binyamin, because even though they didn't die, but a lot of their brothers did die. Anybody who survives the dangerous situation has to bring a korban toida. The pasuk in Tehillim about toida, that when you thank Hashem and you praise Hashem when you bring a korban toida. We see from the Ramban that they did it in that order. They first brought the korban oila for an atonement for the wrong thoughts that they had, and afterwards they brought a korban shlamim. V'chein muchach mikra. You see from the order of the pasuk, shenemar vayalu oilos ushlamim. Uvechad kra l'chuli al mamayda muktam b'kra muktam. Everybody agrees that in one pasuk it's in order. Whatever says first is first. We don't say there's no first and second in one pasuk. One pasuk is in order. Other pasukim you could sometimes say that a pasuk comes out of order. Zvachim daf zayin beis Reb Shimon lama chatas ba lifnei oila. If a person has to bring a chatas on an oila, what does he bring first? He brings the chatas first. Yoledis, whatever, bring the chatas first. Mashal the praklit shenichnas l'ratzois. This is compared to an advocate who goes in to ask forgiveness from the king. Ritzo ha-praklit, first the advocate placates the king, and then nichnas hadoyer nachrov. Then he sends him a gift afterwards. V'lachein hikrivu oila l'chaper al hirhurei alev. Therefore, first they brought the korban oila, which in this case was like the chatas, it was coming to atone for the thoughts. Then they brought their thank offering. Isn't
this Rosh Hashanah?
What? Kanal. Kanis Karleal, like we said before. When you bring a korban toida, you first have to, before you start thanking Hashem for something, you first have to bring a korban to be mechaper al hirhur alev shahaya lahem b'mulchama, to be mechaper on what you were thinking during the war. So you see where he's going with this, that before you start thanking Hashem for the victory of the Zionists and say, oh wow, thank you, you first have to realize you had an Aveira in your thoughts. If you thought that you were Boteach on the Zionists, or you wanted them to win, or you were happy that they were winning, and you were happy that they were conquering more land, then you have to be mechaper on your thoughts. Your thoughts are wrong. Then you could first start thanking Hashem for the fact that you're alive. It says, we don't have a base of mikdash today. We don't bring actual korbanos. We don't bring a korban, but we thank Hashem for saving us from the teeth of the lions. That's instead of bringing the korban. Before you bring that korban, you have to do tshuva. To be mechaper and having heretical thoughts, and purify our thoughts, to run away from denying the Torah and believing in the miracles of the Zionists' success. That's going to take the place of the korban oila shehim shilu Chazal kiprakli. Chazal compared this to an advocate. Shenichnas the ratzos lifnei melech. Tshuva vada yiyeh prakli. So doing tshuva on our thoughts that we had during the Zionist war, that will be an advocate before Hashem. Umelitz toiv al Yisrael. That will speak well about the Jewish people. Then we could first thank Hashem al Hatzalah shehu b'makom toida, for saving us, which is in the place of a toida. However, it unfortunately goes the other way around today. Makrivim korban toida b'hoidoya al nisim. The main thing people do is they thank Hashem for the miracles of the war. Terem shavu mimachsheves minus sekvira, before they've done tshuva from their thoughts of praising the Zionists. Even when they say this thanks to Hashem for the war, they're also insulting Hashem. They're saying, like in the words of the Navi Malachi, anybody who does evil is good in the eyes of Hashem. Uvahem hu chafetz, and in them he desires lahagdil atzlachasam. He wants them to succeed. V'al diburim elu amar Navi Malachi hoigatem Hashem b'divreichem. He says, Hashem, you've tired Hashem with your words. V'toida kazu pigolhi. Any kind of thanks that's like this is an undesired korban. It's a pasul korban. V'tikruvis avodah zara. It's almost like offering a korban to avodah zara. It's not going to be acceptable to him. Hayirtza Hashem bi'alfei elim. Does Hashem want thousands of korbanos? No, He wants ki'im lishmoya mizevach toiv. It's better to listen to Hashem than to bring korbanos. Lahachshiv mechelev elim. Listening is better than the fat of rams. There's psukim by the Mechemes Shaul, where Shaul didn't want to listen to Hashem. He did basically what Hashem said, but he didn't follow every part of it. And the Navi Shmuel told him, "You don't save the behemoths just to bring korbanos. If Hashem said to destroy the behemoths, you destroy the behemoths." So the same thing here. Listen to Hashem. Listen to the Torah. Don't be in favor of the Zionists. Afterwards, you can thank Hashem for the saving, the fact that you were saved, the fact that the bomb fell on the roof of the Mir Yeshiva and didn't explode, the fact that this person and that person survived the war. You can thank Hashem, it's true, but first make sure your thoughts are pure.